What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over 3 beginner tips that will help take your defense from bad to good in Madden 18. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to improve your Madden game, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So what's going on, guys? Like I said, today I'm going to be going over 3 beginner tips that will help you take your defense from bad to good in Madden 18. Now, I did a video similar to this a couple months ago about 3 tips to help improve your defense. There were 3 different tips. I will have that linked in the description below. I definitely recommend checking that video out as well, because if you take that video, what you can learn in that video, take it what you'll learn in this video, now you got 6 tips, and they're all very crucial to improving your defense in Madden, not even just in Madden 18, but in Madden in general. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is shading coverages, and the main one we want to look at is shading coverage underneath, because you know, you can shade underneath and you can shade over top, but really, if you just leave your defense as is when you come out, they're pretty much going to play the over top style pretty much by default. If you want them to play aggressively underneath, you have to tell them to do so, and this can be very beneficial. Especially the main thing this is beneficial for is stopping people that just love to spam drag routes. Now, sure, you have some advanced players that, you know, if you give them the drag route, they're going to take it every day, but as soon as you take away the drag route, they're going to go and take something else from you. But there's a lot of players that play online that don't have that level of thinking, that they don't know how to progress their reads. They just want to throw drags all the time. So shading your coverage underneath is something that can completely shut down someone that wants to play this way and make them very uncomfortable. So you can shade your coverage a bunch of different ways. You can shade it over top, underneath, inside, or outside. Personally, the only one that I really use is underneath, because the other ones don't really do too much for you. Like I said, they'll play over top by default. So for example, if it's like a 3rd and 15, and you know, you're not worried about underneath on 3rd and 15, you're worried about not giving up 15 yards, so you would never shade your defense underneath in that example. But if it's 1st down, 2nd down, you're playing someone that likes to throw a lot of flat routes, throw drag routes, throw, you know, quick slants over the middle, shading underneath can completely take these routes away. So right here, we're going to run the defense standard, and I'm just going to run a standard mesh play here, and we'll show you. So if we just run a standard defense, we can hit drag routes all day long. You see there, Gronkowski got about 9 yards. We'll run it one more time. This time we'll hit the other side of the field. Here, Amendola got about 6 to 7 yards. You know, not huge gains, but if you're getting 5+ yards a play, obviously you're getting a 1st down every 2 plays. That's not good for your defense. So now we're going to show you how to shade underneath. What you want to do is you want to press Y or triangle and then down on the right stick. Now you'll notice your play art will change a little bit. Instead of those purple zones, those curl flat zones we had on the field, they're now hard flats. But not only that, you know, these yellow zones, these hook curls, instead of them drifting back like this, they're going to stay low the entire play. This safety is going to come down, and he's going to stay low. He's going to stay aggressive. Now, yes, if someone tries to throw maybe a post route or a corner route, those will get open, but you can't take away everything with one defensive setup. You have to take away what you think your opponent wants to do, and shading your coverage underneath at the right time can do just that. As you see here, Gronkowski gets 2 yards at best. Now we'll run it one more time, and we'll throw it to the other side of the field, and you'll see the same thing's going to happen with Amendola. We throw it to Amendola. That should have been picked off. He dropped the ball, but incomplete pass, whereas before these guys were getting 6, 7, 8 yards a pop. Shading underneath can do wonders for your defense. Let's show another example here. We will, let's see how we can set this up here. So we'll do something maybe like this, and we'll let's go to a cover 2, because this will work a lot better versus a cover 2. So we're gonna go to a cover 2 here, and you see we hit this quick slant over the middle. You got about 8 yards before contact. That's too many yards to give up. A lot of people like to throw quick slants. We'll go back to the same cover 2. We'll shade the defense underneath. Drop that middle linebacker back, because a lot of people like to do that. You don't have to do that, but we shaded our defense underneath this time. So now we're going to run the same setup. And now this time we try to go to Amendola. He actually caught it, but the guy was in good position to make a play on it, whereas before, no one was close enough to make a play on it. Telvin Smith just made a bad play on the ball, but you see, he's right up on this slant route, and more times than not, he's going to jump this. See, for whatever reason, he just kind of like dumbs out right here. You see, he kind of just stood like a statue. But whereas before, the closest defender was, 3-4 yards away, right here, Telvin Smith's right up on him. And as soon as he catches the ball, he's going to make a tackle. A lot of times in that situation, you will get a dropped pass. But even if he didn't make the stop there, he's still in a much better position to succeed. And that is what, sports, whether it's video games or real life, is. You want to put your players in the best position to succeed. So shading your defense underneath against people that like to spam drags and quick slants and flat routes all game long, you might not want to shade underneath every play, but if you're really sure, it's a big down, it's 3rd and short, 3rd and 3, and you think they're going to try to throw a drag route or a flat route, shade your defense underneath, and you completely eliminate it and force them either to punt or force them to go for it on 4th down. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, this is more for the run game, and it's about, understanding, what the more likely scenario is when in terms of running the ball. So we'll just come out in an I form here, and I guess we'll just pick 26 duo. So on defense, we'll just pick a regular cover 3. So when you're playing someone that likes to mix up run and pass, it's crucial to you don't know what they're going to do before the play, and if they're running the ball, you don't know if they're running right or left, but you want to put yourself, you want to understand what's the most likely scenario, because that gives you an edge if you're right. If you're wrong, you didn't know either way to begin with, so it doesn't matter. But if you guess right, you can shut them down. So, for example, here we're in an I form. Where, if they're going to run the ball, where is it most likely to go? Now here we are in a run to the right. Yes, it could go up the middle. They could be running a play to the left, like a counter run or something like that. But you have to assume that the run is either going up the middle or to the right. You assume this because there is a tight end on the right side of the field. That's the strong side of the formation. Gronkowski is on the right side of the formation. I'm on the wrong controller here. Gronkowski is right here, so that's the strong side. Most runs are going to run to the side where the tight end is. Now, if this was a set that had a tight end on each side and only one wide receiver, well, the side where the wide receiver is would be the strong side because you have more players on that side of the field. Now, yes, they might run the ball to the left, but you need to assume it's going right or going up the middle. So if you were using on defense, you don't really want to worry too much about the left. You want to favor the right side a little bit. You want to be standing right here. So if it comes up the middle, you can run down here and try to plug the gap. If it goes to the right, you can shoot out to the right here. Now, if it happens to go left, then yeah, you just got beat. But it's good to know where's the run most likely to go. It's very rarely going to go to the left because there's only 2 blockers over there, and then maybe the fullback shoots out. But you have 3 blockers over there, whereas if it goes to the right, you have 4 to 5 blockers that way. And you still have, your weak side protection if the run does go left. You don't need as many guys over on the left because there's less blockers over here. Over here, where there's more blockers, that's where your focus wants to be. If you see them hand it off and they're going right, you're already favoring this side of the field. You can shoot over here to, clog up the lanes and make the holes a little bit more muddy. Same thing if they're in a shotgun formation. This comes even more in handy in a shotgun formation. So here we'll go to bunch. Now, if you're in a shotgun formation, 90% of the time, 99% of the time, the run in a shotgun formation has to go to the opposite side of the field where the running back lines up. So here the running back's lined up left. The run pretty much almost has to go to the right. The only way it can go to the left is if they have a shotgun counter, which those aren't in that many formations. They're not that common, and they're not really that good. So no one's really going to run shotgun counters. It's very rare that you see that. So knowing this, if you're on defense and you're saying, okay, they're probably going to pass because it's shotgun, but if they run, I need to be favoring this side of the field. So if he does get the ball, I can shoot over here with my linebacker and, force him to have a difficult time running. I'm going to help clog up the lanes instead of, favoring this side of the field, whereas if the running back gets the ball right here, I might be a step behind him. You want to be favoring, if you're worried about the run, just know that at the snap of the ball, start heading to the right side of the field a little bit just in case, and if it's a pass, then you can just peel back off and start using over the middle of the field. But it's just important to know where the run plays have the highest probability of going. That alone will help you stop the run more often. Now the last thing I want to look at is, this is just a basic, how to stop certain routes that are beating you. So, I get asked all the time, how do you stop this route? How do you stop that route? How do you stop such and such route? Whatever it may be. You have to know what coverages and what zones do the best job at stopping routes. So for example, here we'll go to a cover 3. This is a cover 3 cloud. I'm gonna flip it so that it's a standard cover 3 over here. So, a lot of people might be like, oh, I'm having trouble stopping corner routes. I'm having a lot of trouble stopping a corner route. Now, cover 3s and cover 4s can stop corner routes at times, but it's not always going to be the case. And we have Jalen Ramsey over there, who is a 91 zone guy. He attacked it very well, but we still beat him in that cover 3. So if you're playing someone that's just hitting you with corner routes all day long, for example, the best thing you can do is go to a cover 2. Because what a cover 2 does is, this cloud flat, you pretty much cannot throw a corner route on a cloud flat unless you have like certain weird route. You need to have like a really deep corner route, and then you have to like throw a route underneath to kind of glitch them out. Most average people don't know how to do that. They just want to throw corner routes. If you have a cloud flat out there, corner routes are not going to be able to bother you. We'll show you right here. We'll try to throw this corner route, and we just got, I don't know, that guy just didn't get blocked at all. So we'll run this one more time. Not sure how he got in that quickly, but again, we're gonna go try to run the corner route here. You can see Jalen Ramsey is right there to make a play. Corner routes cloud flats will shut down corner routes every time. They will also shut down the deep out routes. People always ask me, how do you stop deep out routes? Go to a cover 2. If you're getting beat with a lot of deep posts over the middle of the field, go to a cover 3. You have to adapt to what your opponent's doing. If he likes to throw a lot of post routes, you might want to go to a cover 3 instead. And then, maybe walk this safety down, just a little bit, just so he stays in position. But that's basically it, guys. Those 3 things right there will just help tremendously improve your defense if you're a beginner at this game. Just understanding those 3 things can instantly take your defense from being terrible to being able to compete. So, as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.